Have you ever followed financial advice and lost money? Maybe it was a friend who told you to buy a certain stock. Maybe it was a YouTube guru with millions of followers. Maybe it was a family member who seemed to know what they were talking about. You trusted them, you followed the advice, and it went wrong. Here's the part nobody tells you. It was never really about the advice. It was about how your brain decides who to trust. And your brain, as brilliant as it is, has 4 deeply wired psychological biases that make it almost impossible to evaluate financial advice clearly. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what those biases are and how to protect yourself from them. Let's get into it. Let's start with a fact that should concern all of us. A 2023 study found that 73% of people have made at least one major financial decision based on advice that later turned out to be wrong. 73%. That's not a small number of bad luck cases. That's a systematic problem, and the system causing it is inside your head. Here's the core issue. Your brain was not designed to evaluate information objectively. It was designed to make fast decisions, because fast decisions kept your ancestors alive. In a world of predators and scarce resources, stopping to carefully analyze every piece of information was a luxury you couldn't afford. So your brain developed shortcuts, mental heuristics, rules of thumb that work most of the time, but fail spectacularly in complex situations, like financial decision-making. The financial world is designed to exploit these shortcuts. Every guru, every influencer, every slick advertisement, they all know exactly which psychological buttons to press, and most of us never even see it happening. Here are the 4 biggest biases, starting now. Trap number 1. Authority bias. Your brain has a deeply wired rule. If someone looks and sounds like an expert, trust them. This made perfect evolutionary sense. The elder, who had survived 40 winters, genuinely did know more about survival than you. Deferring to authority kept you alive. But in the modern world, authority is incredibly easy to fake. A suit and a confident voice, a YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers, a book with a compelling title, a website full of impressive-sounding credentials. None of these things actually confirm that someone's financial advice is good. Studies show that people rate identical financial advice as more credible when it comes from someone in a suit versus someone in casual clothes. The advice is word for word the same, only the appearance changes. Your brain trusts the packaging, not the product. The fix? Always ask one question before following any financial advice. Does this person have their own money invested in exactly what they're recommending? If the answer is no, walk away. Trap number 2, confirmation bias. This one is sneaky because it feels like wisdom. Confirmation bias is your brain's tendency to seek out and believe information that confirms what you already want to be true. Think about this. Someone tells you about a hot new cryptocurrency. You get excited. You want it to be a good investment. So what do? You Google it, and your brain focuses on every positive article, every success story, every bullish prediction. The negative articles, the warnings from financial experts, your brain scrolls right past them. You're not looking for truth, you're looking for permission. This is confirmation bias, and it is the reason people hold losing investments long after every signal says to get out. The fix? Actively seek the opposing argument. Before any financial decision, spend 10 minutes reading why it might be a bad idea. If you can't find a single credible argument against it, that's when you should be most worried. Trap 3. Social proof bias. In 2021, Millions of people bought GameStop stock, not because they had analyzed the company, not because they believed in its future, because everyone else was doing it. This is social proof bias, and it might be the most dangerous bias in finance. Your brain is hardwired to look at what others are doing as a guide for what you should do. In tribal times, this was brilliant. If everyone in the tribe is running, you run. Don't wait to see the lion yourself. But in financial markets, by the time everyone is doing something, it is usually already too late. The people who made money on GameStop were the ones who got in early. The social proof crowd got in at the top and lost everything. Bitcoin in 2017, NFTs in 2021. Every financial mania in history follows the exact same pattern. Early adopters win, social proof followers lose. The fix? When everyone is talking about an investment, that is your signal to slow down, not speed up. Profitable opportunities are quiet. Traps are loud. Trap 4, and this one hits hardest, optimism bias. Study after study confirms humans systematically overestimate their chances of success and underestimate their chances of failure. 94% of professors believe they are above average teachers. 88% of drivers believe they are safer than the average driver. Both of those numbers are mathematically impossible. And in finance, this bias is devastating. When someone presents you with a bad investment, your brain doesn't think, most people who do this lose money. It thinks, most people who do this lose money, but I'm different. This is exactly why people fall for scams. This is exactly why people ignore obvious red flags. This is exactly why the same financial mistakes happen over and over to smart, educated people. They all thought they were the exception. The fix? Before any investment, ask this question. If 100 strangers followed this exact advice, what percentage of them would lose money? Be honest, then decide. Here is the uncomfortable truth. The best financial advisors in the world are not necessarily the most confident. They're not the most charismatic. They're not the ones with the biggest audiences. They're the ones who understand that their own brain is their biggest financial enemy, and they build systems to protect against it. Now, so can you. If this video changed how you think about financial advice, hit that like button and subscribe, because every single week we go deeper into the psychology of money that nobody else is talking about. And next week, we're covering why your brain hates budgeting and the one simple fix that actually works. See you there.